My biggest issue with the entire movie was pretty much this. You have literally such a nice canvas to tell such a good story, to tell so many good stories. 'Cause you have basically humans are going extinct, apes are taking over. What conversation can we have there? What are the conversation can we have about the fact that now part of an animal kingdom that we used to put in a zoo, we used to show for entertainment, now is taking over remnants of humankind? What can we say? And some humans, by the way, are going dumb pretty much.
They're regressing.
They're regressing because of some virus, right? So what kind of story can you tell me there? I feel like that's probably why there's so many of them already, because you can tell so many stories. You tell the relation.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
Uh-huh.
because right now you're making me think what they could have done, because they're introducing a new world that we don't know, right? Where the
Well,
humans are
somewhat, because
now,
it's like already like 3 movies in. It's the
where,
same world we live.
but like where humans have regressed. We hadn't seen
Yes.
that before, right? That's why I say new
Well,
world.
the last movie, humans were not regressing. Just that some human, okay, so some humans were regressing, but humanity was still very kind of strong.
Yeah, so that's what I meant by a new world. It's a new world because the balances have shifted,
Completely.
and
Yeah.
they could have spent more time showing you that world so that we understand a little bit more what's going on, that the contrast first, and then we understand the plot. Here it was just straight plot, and you're like, wait, where are the humans? What happened to them? At the end, of course, they kind of show you that she goes back to what would be a colony of still humans
Of
that could,
humans, yeah, that was
yeah.
the question. What I'm saying is the idea of telling me something there was not interesting. The story they chose to tell me was not interesting, is what I'm saying. Because
Mhm.
you have the possibility, it's like, okay, let's do a study on humankind and their behaviors, right? And let's do a study on the monkeys, apes, sorry. But are apes really that much better than humans? Because you're trying to tell me throughout the movie that humans are bad. That's what you're trying to tell me throughout the whole movie. They always have some hidden agenda. They always think for themselves. They don't think for like the tribe and stuff like that. And we don't know that, because really the human is thinking about all of humankind. The human representing the story, she's thinking about all of humankind. So that means every action she takes towards making sure that humanity doesn't lose this. But then you show me the apes, and then the apes are acting exactly the same, right? Now, within that community of apes, like the eagle tribe,
Yeah.
whatever, they're very kind of friendly and very kind of family oriented and very kind of like, support each other, which is exactly what the humans are doing in their own tribe. You're not really telling me a difference between the humans and the monkeys, because all you're saying is like, well, a small group of humans, a small group of apes are able to live peacefully in harmony and don't disturb things. But when you go out there, there's humans and there's apes that are like killing people for no reason, and they're fighting other apes. So it's like, okay, then you want to base it around Caesar, that is their kind of like Moses or Jesus. But then the teaching of Moses and Jesus is completely taken wrong. And there's not even a deep dive in that, because you could have been like, oh, this is what religion means to people. And this is how we've misinterpreted that throughout history, and saying, oh, like we went to war in the name of God or Jesus, whatever. So they have the same thing there, but they don't even really respect it. They don't even really do the study properly. Some guy just say, oh, to Caesar and whatever. And there's not really a study there. Instead, it wants to focus on the human, trying to like make the human look bad, when I don't think the human look bad. Well, I think they were making them do stupid things, but I don't think they were bad. Like, I think, especially when you get to the end, it's like, okay, she's just trying to save humanity here. And she knows that if the apes end up having all that technology, it's over. So
I
yeah, so
think
that's
honestly, I hadn't thought about it that far, but after hearing you speak, I think they wanted to show you what they wanted to show you. It feels like they didn't have enough time to express all the other aspects that they could have. But what they showed, I don't think was incorrect or wrong, because the reality is, and there's a lot of parallel with society
Mhm.
in Planet of the Apes in general. So here you speak about religion, and yes, it is. There is the comparison or the messages behind it, but there's also about racism, right? So the struggle
I mean,
between
like very weakly,
the
very,
struggle.
very weak.
Well, that's the thing though. The move. I don't think the movie was about that, which is why it's so weak. But the reality of it is on a calm, chill afternoon, even if nobody dies, racism still exists. You know what I'm saying? Even if there are good humans, bad humans, good apes, bad apes, we call it humanity, and they don't call it humanity. They call it apes, apality, you know? And art for humanity, we try to save humanity, and that's a beautiful thing. But that
Yes.
also means we put humans first.
Yeah.
In their world, they cannot put humans first or equal. And this is not, I don't want to say the lie. This is the utopia. The utopian world is that can we be, and they mentioned it, can we live together? Like the message technically, Caesar believes that we can all live in harmony. The reality is, because of, if we're just going to use humans, because I know humans, I don't know apes. If we're going to use humans, is we're flawed people, and in reality, we're very selfish. That means we live in a world right now where every other species aside from us is subservient to us. It's below. It doesn't matter. Right now, there's a bunch of animals that actually are stronger, and if we were in the wild, they're better praised than us, right? But right now, the way that we made the world right now, we hunt them. We still hunt whales that literally are 11 times, million times bigger than us. We hunt whales, we hunt lions, we hunt elephants, we hunt all the people that are apex praised in the world. Like if there was
Well,
a
we're
T
the
Rex,
apex predator. Yeah, we're the
yeah,
apex predator right now.
that's the thing though. We are, and that's the thing though. We're don't forget that we are the apex predator. Just because we're humans, that's why you don't feel it. Because you're like, hey, I know.
Oh no,
Don't
I feel it. I know
well,
it.
the fact that we are is normal because this is what we consider normal. This is normal. Us being apex is normal. So for them as well, if the power shifts to their point, I can't judge them neither for running just like humans do. We
No, I
enslave our
can't judge
own
him
selves.
either. I can't judge him either. I
So
totally
so
agree. But
so
they judge
so
us.
that can't
Like it's like,
that I don't think it can be necessarily needs to be the main story, which I think I would even prefer that story. But does it
I would
need
have
to
preferred
be?
that story.
Does I know I would have preferred that story, but does it need to be every single Planet of the Apes is showing the comparison between humans and the ape? Is it all? Is
Well,
that
but
is it all
that's
gonna
what they've been. But that's what they've been doing. But I feel like they've been doing that loosely. It's like they every through
wait?
line
All the
of it.
series are all the series are in this movie.
I mean, in this movie, but it's like anytime I remember all the other ones, like that's always the through line. It's like, can ape and man exist? What kind of threat does that pose to humanity if apes starting being intelligent, like as intelligent as us, where they can,
But now the thing
not
is,
just use tools, make tools, but
I know
okay,
I'm gonna
so
throw a wrench. Wait, before you say anything, I know I'm throwing a wrench in the whole thought process right now. But I'm like, if they do that, then Planet of the Apes series becomes Avatar because that is strongly showing you the difference between humans and others and how humans affect others. Like that is really, really
yeah,
saying.
but it's about colonizers invading a new land of other intelligent animals. And because they think these animals are lesser than them, and they're trying to colonize us because they need unobtainium, uh, they're just trying to mine it and colonize that world and stuff like that. So you literally have the worst kind of humans going there. And this humanity is regressing to being this kind of dying species,
I think the only thing that is
is what I'm
introduced
trying
here
to
that is
say.
different, the only thing that's introduced here is the virus that makes them do that.